この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Princess Chuchu episode 11. Last week, of course, we watched episode 10, and episode 10 was pretty darn interesting. It was focused pretty heavily on Fakir for two major reasons. One being that we lost our pendant and he had it, leading us to a bit of a heist quest, which didn't quite work out as a heist, but we ended up getting the pendant back, and through a series of circumstances, Fakir got just enough information that he probably it would take some real thick-headed writing to write him as a character that doesn't recognize that Ahiru and Princess Chuchu share a motherfucking pendant. Whether he figures out that the duck is involved somehow is kind of out in the open, but he's probably going to figure out that Ahiru and Tutu are one and the same. And considering his sort of shifting loyalties, and I mean, his loyalties themselves haven't changed, but his mission is starting to change, that could be really interesting, and we could actually, like, hash some stuff out and maybe talk it through and stop fighting each other when we really are, like, on the same team in terms of trying to do what's best for Mytho, even if we disagree on what that is at the moment, although Fakir is coming around to the side that says that maybe he should get his heart back, which is probably wrong in the long term and in the overall sense of things, but whatever, man, it's fine. Just give that boy his heart back. Nothing bad will come of it, I'm sure. The other some portion, thread, whatever, of the episode was around Fakir's father, a swordsmith and seller of antiques, I suppose, and he was harboring the heart shard of regret for showing his adopted son that his fate is to die horribly murdered by Mr. Raven. So yeah, that makes sense. But eventually he comes around, we return the heart shard of regret to where it's rightfully supposed to be. Not that that's going to be a good thing. And eventually he is given the sword of the night and all that good juju. So Fakir's all equipped up for doing things. Rue is still dealing with her identity crisis and the fact that her soul is being taken over by obviously evil villainous crows, which is a bit of a problem. And that's about where we are. So, nothing interesting going on in this show right now. Just a multi-layered meta-narrative with lots of complicated characters and a ridiculous author who's basically playing fucking, what do you call it? Playing action figures and just smashing his dinosaurs against his knight action figure and just being like, yeah, ha, 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 and being Drosselmeyer. So, shit. Anything can happen. It'll probably be great when it does. Let's watch this episode and find out what the hell kind of crazy fucked up fairy tale we're going to be in this time, because I'm sure that's where we're starting. So, opening scene, Princess Tutu, episode 11. We're at 0 seconds. There will be two versions, picture-in-picture version in the description, timer-based version on the YouTube. You want to do a syncy thing, you can do a syncy thing. Get your copy ready so that you can sync it up with the timer. Timer coming at you right now. Let's go. Maiden with Wings of Freedom. I wonder if that has anything to do with Rue or Ahiru. If only I could cage this bird, I'm sure things would go well. Uh-oh. Oh. She fucking died, right? Fuck! She fucking died. Well, sometimes fairy tales are a little bit predictable. Yeah. So, you try to cage the bird that needs freedom and it dies. That kind of works on, like, literally every character here. Works on Mytho, who's been caged and desires freedom. Works on Ahiru, although it works in weird ways on Ahiru because she was a free bird and now she's caged, and that will lead to her death if she follows it through. And it works on Rue, but I don't know how because burbs. Okay. Okay. Okay, I guess. Yo, he just laid everything out right there. What, the puppet? Don't you become interested in people's emotions? As though she could before? Uh... Uh... Neko-sensei's wife? What the fuck? What was that? That is completely unlike anything we've ever had. La... Okay, I assume that's a ballet? Or like a play or an opera or something? Oh, hi, Fakir. Glorious. Fabulous. It's a pretty fun visual technique. Seems like an angry boy. Yeah, dance away the pain, buddy. Really? Okay. Damn, Fakir's got the moves. Got the moves like Fakir. Uh-oh. Hmm. It's legit Shogunai, though. Oh, hi, evil burbs of evilness. Hello. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ow. Revenge? Wait, what? Uh... Oh. Oh, that's not awkward. What's up? Uh-oh. Oh, now he's gonna do something stupid to try and figure out, like, something about how Princess Tutu feels about him or something. Anything's good enough for her. What? Okay, something about the gem. Good choice. FLEA, flee. Yes. Yeah, he fucking knows. He's figured it out. But you're gonna be all lock sauce about it, huh? Alright. Sure then. Oh, hi. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, framing. Oh. Ooh, framing. Light and dark. Why are you such a dick? So why are you such a dick? Yeah. Why are you such a dick? In so many words. No, fam, it matters. You should tell the story. Still, if you could tell the first part of the story... Okay. Oh. Alright. Oh. A hesitant step into the light, and nope. Oh. Oh, okay. But I've been doing nothing but the good things. How's Rue doing? How you doing, Rue? Oh. Oh, that's how you doing, I guess. I mean, yeah. Oh, but a villain without what did Dross say? Villain without motivation? So do that. You can't. So you are the unwilling villain. Oh, hi, Adel. Yeah, how about the gem of love? Little head shake. Choose this one. It's love. Uh-huh. That wasn't ominous at all. Little thunder crackle. Okay. Because you're a fucking puppet automata. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, they didn't take that warning seriously at all. Nah. That wasn't my plan. Roto. You're gonna fuck it up. You're gonna fuck with are you gonna fucking fuck with this shit? What did you just do? Rue? Rue, what are you doing? Oh no. No, 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 no. She's gonna put some magic bullshit on that shit. No, 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 no. Oh no. Oh, no, no. And then he's gonna give it to Choo-Choo. Oh shit, she's going full bullshit magic. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Oh, okay, that's pretty suggestive, but also pretty cool. Uh-oh. You're making a poison apple. And the tears flow. Fuck you. Is it? Is it? But you're a really shitty author. Dude, bro. You're really... No. That's not a necessary element of the story. You're just like, oh, that sounds like an idea. Let's write that shit in there. Yeah. Less stress, dude. Keeping lies sucks. Keeping secrets, I mean. It's almost respectable. Almost kind of handsome looking, you know? Hmm. 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 Except when you're a duck, become duck. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Roofucker's not so bad, eh? Fuck. Thought so. Yeah, if she ends up threatening you, he'll fight her off. His duty is to protect you, not to you. There's a difference. Okay, whose feet were those? No. You mean bind her wings and fucking kill her like the intro? No. Bad. Bad. That does weird things to my voice. Bad. Everything seems rather empty. Such a goofus. Picati. Wait, what? Where did that come from? Kaminari. Picati. Shit, where? Hi, roo birds. Crow birds. Evil birds. Birds. Are you my choo-choo? Are you my choo-choo? Hi again, Adel. Time number 2. Hi. Which is a very dangerous thing. But sounds good. Let's do that. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Emotion. All the places they've been. All the shards that she's saved, too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, don't take that gem. Uh-oh. Yeah, just dance her into existence. It'll work. So, yep. Are we gonna reveal the thing? No. Yeah, just a little bit. Just stories, you know? Whatever. Just rumors. Let me just duck behind a tree and see if Spider-Man's anywhere nearby. Oh, look at that! Spider-Man's nearby! Oh, hey! It's crazy. Says you. Seems pretty certain. So we're doing a heart shardless situation this time? Alright, what the fuck is that gem gonna do? Because I'm expecting a full shatter, like, all things go wrong as soon as she touches that gem. Like, full shatter of all everything. Okay, glorious. Getting real nervous here. Yeah, getting real nervous here. This is a little too perfect. I'm getting a little upbeat and happy and stuff. Nope. Oh no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. 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 Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. God fucking damn it. Oh. Cool, cool, cool. When's the other shoe gonna? There it goes. Huh? It was in the pendant? I don't fucking trust it. Did that pervert the heart shard? What the fuck is happening? There's our full shatter. And also bondage tentacles of grossness. Hi, Rue. Sup? Your plan went perfectly. She was watching. Fakir? The boy! Yeah. Fuck you. All four. Inokanya. Yeah, because you wrote a fucking messy narrative here, buddy. Doesn't know, identity crisis. Doesn't know, doesn't want to be. But you wrote a world where it's impossible for them to know their places. Ah, shit. Okay, this is pretty cool. Woto. Oh. Multiple levels of fuck off, buddy. Play your role. Fate, 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 fate. Oh, thanks, buddy. Ha 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 ha. Just lean into the role. Well, that didn't work very well. Finding her wings. No one else can have his love, including him. Fuck! Everything just exploded. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, I gotta find Kaminari Pikari because that's where's that from? Nope. Okay. I found the Kaminari Pikari. It's the drawing song from Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei. Pikari. Yep. Okay. I just had to find that. I don't know. I heard Kaminari and I was just like, Pikari. I don't know where that came from, but I know it. Wow. This was an episode. Everything kind of just exploded. Difference between love and being in love. Very interesting. Gem of love gifted to them. The thing that Drosselmeyer says to Adel at the beginning about getting invested in people's emotions was interesting. The whole opening sequence is interesting. The story about, binding the wings seems really simple on the face of it, but I'm really intrigued by it, and I'm guessing that it is the story of La Sylphide, which I assume is like the sylph, or which is like a fairy elfin thing. That's what I think in my brain space. Like, I think fae. Sylph, like a wind spirit, or maybe forest spirit, something like that. Like a nymph, but different. Okay. Uh, Whoa. Haha. The trap. And she says that it's the binding of his feelings toward Choo-Choo, which is very interesting. Huh. Conversations with Fakir were fascinating. The lighting in the conversations with Fakir was even more fascinating, with Dark enveloping Choo-Choo and Fakir standing in the light as though he's like, I am free and I have nothing to hide and I'm all whatever, and she's like still standing in the shadow, and she takes a tentative step forward into the light, and he's like, no, fuck off, back the fuck up, I don't want your help. And she steps back. Oh, that was perfect. Pike and Lilia stuff, I don't really know. The Neko Sensei stuff, I don't really know. The list of all of the things is fascinating. And I would like to know, what is the English for this, for the dub?
Something's still missing. All right, you, go on. And this time, don't you become interested in people's emotions.
As though she does that before, that she has the free will to become interested in people's emotions, right? Why would he have to give her that command if she didn't do that before? So is she not entirely under Drosselmeyer's control? Is there a chance for Adel to slip and potentially, through her gem sales or something, deliver a key item that's necessary for breaking whatever's going on here? That maybe. That's an interesting possibility. Okay, I'm intrigued by that. I want to read through the lines that he has, because they're fascinating. A prince without the heart to love. A knight who fears death. Oh, it's so right on the money. A villain without resolve and a princess who cannot express her love. But all of these elements are emotions. Love, fear, resolve, and an inability to express that love. It's all about their emotions, and yet he doesn't care about them. That's so interesting and so weird. Okay, I gotta go through the opening sequence again. Mukashi Mukashi, there was a maiden with wings of freedom, and this is the dilapidated ruin of the place, and a view, which we don't know where the view is from. When the man wrapped the maiden's wings in a magical shawl. Right, if only I could bind her wings, she would be mine forever. The wings fell off almost immediately, and the maiden died. Reflection of the crow in the mirror. A dead crow with the necklace, not the pendant, not the choo-choo pendant, but the necklace of the day, the tainted necklace. The maiden's wings were her source of life, and trying to bind her destroyed her. It applies for everybody, though. Okay. Okay, and it's La Sylphide. So, I think my next task is to go and look up La Sylphide and read through the Wikipedia synopsis. So that is what I'm going to do. First, I gotta discover whether it's like a ballet or an opera, or it's a ballet, a romantic ballet in 2 acts. Thank you. Awesome. Fantastic. Let me read the scenario, and I will be back. Oh. Oh, fuck. Okay. This is a lot more relevant than I thought. Oh, that's so interesting. Oh, that's so interesting. It's all about perspective again. Okay. No, it's all about perspective. There are portions of the story that are missing. We've got like deeply unreliable narration again. Okay, so the story beats that we're told here in this intro portion are: there was a maiden with wings of freedom. There was a man who thought that he could bind her. He bound her, and then she died. That's all we get, right? Now, in the actual story of La Sylphide, there's a lot more here. Okay, there are 2 dudes. One of them is named James, and one of them is named Gurn. James is the main character. He's sleeping, and a sylph, a wind spirit, which let me just check and make sure, mythological air spirit with their air elementals with wings. Okay, great. There's a sylph who's like looking upon him and like thinks he's real cute. So she kisses him, and he wakes, and he asks his friend Gurn if he saw the sylph, and he was like, no, what are you fucking talking about? Elementals don't exist. That's stupid. Also, by the way, dude, you shouldn't be making out with elementals. You're about to be married. You're promised. So then James's bride to be, his fiance named Effie, comes over. He kisses her, but then he sees a shadow in the corner. He thinks it's his sylph friendo, who he had a little kiss with, and he rushes over and finds it's an old witch who's over in the corner, and he's like a super douchey to her because she's not the sylph that he loves. Okay. They all ask the witch to tell their fortunes. She complies. She informs Effie that James is in love with somebody else, aka the sylph, and that she will be married to Gurn. James is super pissed about this, so he throws the witch out of the house, literally throws her out of the house, and Effie is really proud. She's like, oh, my boyfriend will fight for me. That's so nice. Okay, so James is left alone. The sylph materializes in front of him again and confesses her love, and he is indifferent about it, and then she weeps. But eventually, he capitulates and kisses her. Gurn, his friend, sees him kissing the sylph, and tells his fiance that he was making out with a wind spirit. His fiance is really, really pissed. But then everybody discovers that there's no sylph there because she disappears, and it thinks that Gurn is just being a jealous bastard, so they laugh at him. Great. They are about to get married. James stands and looks at the ring that he's about to place on his fiance's finger. The sylph steals it and runs off into the woods. James also runs away from the altar to chase her, leaving Effie sobbing at the altar. Okay, great. So, there's a lot of layers here. For example, there's a friend who's eventually going to be the one who marries the girl of his affections, who is not the wind spirit. Okay, sure. But there's also a witch. And the witch is huge because the witch is the reason that everything comes back around. In the story that we're told, the man who puts the binding around the woman is seemingly evil to us, right? Oh, he's trying to trap this wonderful maiden with wings of freedom that are her heart and soul and life and stuff, right? But that's not the case, because as the story goes, Madge, the witch, and her companion witches create an evil magic scarf from an evil cauldron of Eye of Newt and whatever, right? And then, when James enters the woodland to find the sylph who stole the ring, she ends up hanging out with him, and they dance around and stuff, and it's great. And the wedding guests are all searching for the dude. Eventually, they run into blah. It doesn't really matter. Eventually, the witch meets up with James. She tells the young farmer that the scarf that she has made will bind the sylph to him so that she cannot fly away and they can be together forever. He's super happy about this. The sylph returns, and he asks her if he can do it. She agrees. He puts it around her, thinking that it'll be great, and then she dies. Okay? Then, as she's dying in James's arms, he watches as Effie and Gurn get married, and, like, their wedding procession moves through the forest. And then James collapses and dies because of heartbreak, and then Madge, the evil witch, goes, haha, I win. So that's the actual story. The actual villain of the story is the evil witch who gives him the scarf that is the thing that he thinks is good, but it has been tainted by her magic. And because of that taint, binds the flying, free creature to him because of his love. Do you see the parallels now? Do you see how maybe it's important that we didn't get the full perspective on the story before we saw the rest of the episode? I think maybe it's just a little bit intentional that what we see is like one tiny pie slice of this narrative, right? Because the pie slice of the narrative that we get is greedy dude in love with free creature decides to trap free creature so that she won't be free anymore and he can have her all to himself. Which is basically what Rue does, but then in the situation, Mytho is the one giving the gift to the flying free creature, and is the one who traps her and gets the thing from Rue, who is the witch, sort of, but also not, and Gurn is sort of fockier, but also not. Okay, but what's more important is that we only get a choice piece of the narrative, in the same way that we've only got choice pieces of the narrative around any of these characters, and in the same way that Drosselmeyer is so deeply insistent on ensuring that his characters fit the molds that he's laid out for them. You must be the villain, and you must be heartless. You must be the knight, and you must overcome your fears. You must be the princess, and you must be heartbroken over your inability to save your prince, right? Or you must be the one who saves him with your love and compassion. Fit your roles so that you only fit the narrow slice of story that I choose to tell. But what we see as audience members is the grand complication of the narrative outside of that. The stuff that Drosselmeyer, given his shittiness as a writer, which we've talked about the last few episodes, he doesn't understand that there's a lot more complexity to a narrative like this. In effect, this introductory sequence is less like an intentionally untrustworthy narrator, and more the kind of a story that Drosselmeyer might take from a more complicated narrative like La Sylphide, right? So I just read La Sylphide's synopsis. There's a lot more detail to it, I'm sure, than that if we were to actually watch the ballet. But it doesn't really matter. If Drosselmeyer were to read that synopsis, he might come away from it with, greedy, lusty dude puts a magic evil shawl around a beautiful spirit and destroys her. That's a great story. That sounds like a wonderful story. It's full of sadness and despair and broken down love and lovers doing things nominally for the people that they love, but actually destroying them. Haha, that's a perfect story for Drosselmeyer, isn't it? This is the kind of thing that, like, that he would see through his own stupid perspective. And so it teaches us about how he shapes narratives as a character within a narrative, shaping narratives within that narrative. Like, what? That's so cool. That's so cool. Okay. Let me read up a little bit more on La Sylphide. Yeah, and then we'll talk about Random Cat Lady, all of the Adel stuff, some of the framing around Fakir stuff, and the final sequence. And also the dance sequence, because that was pretty cool too. Give me a sec. Okay, so I read over the synopsis once more. I think the one retake that I have from it is around Rue and her unwillingness to be the villain, but her eventual just turning to it. It doesn't quite fit the narrative of La Sylphide, but that's okay, because none of it really fits the narrative. It all just harkens to it, calls to it, you know? Which I guess is a part of the meta-narrative about stories and the way that stories interact with other stories. So that functions. There's rain everywhere, but the take is that how do I put it? Rue's been forced into the role of villain and is losing control of herself, and so she chooses not to fight that battle anymore. She chooses to cede herself over to Crera. And in doing so, chooses to embody the Wicked Witch entirely. Like, the witch in the story never has any desire to be, like, the lover of James, the main character, at all. She just wants to make his life miserable and to cackle over his corpse at the end. She just wants to ruin their romance, and that's exactly what Rue does in this episode. She turns from desiring his love to just possessing him. She takes it as inevitable that she will become the crow, and she says to him in no uncertain terms, like, no matter what, if you get your heart back, you're going to end up hating me because we are fated to be enemies. Fit that narrow role, you know? That's really interesting. That's not lighting, is it? I just noticed this on this frame. Those look like the scars. No, it is lighting. It is lighting because they move across him. Okay. I love Fakir's whole dance out the pain sequence. It's pretty fucking dope. I think it's pretty cool as he's thinking stuff through, and he's got like a very dramatic, like, impactful style, aided by all the camera motion and stuff. It's really cool. Fakir's a beast. And he puts it all together as, like, no matter what, I'm here to protect Mytho, whatever choices he makes, whether he gets his heart back or what. Pike and Lilia exist. They're pretty okay in this episode as far as, like, actually being helpful toward Ahiru and not being total bitches toward him, which is pretty great. And then we overhear about the present thing, and that sets everything into motion. Neko-sensei being Neko-sensei, I don't really know. Speaking of Neko-sensei, really curious about the female cat-like person who just showed up and gave Adel the gift of a love gem for some reason, and demurely said repeatedly, like, oh, I'm not worthy to have this, which is really odd. I'm very curious about who that character was, and the fact that we very distinctively hid their face makes me think they're a real character, so call me intrigued about that one. Okay, framing and lighting and general stuff in sequence. It's pretty straightforward and pretty cool. We got the long shadow that Fakir casts. He is standing directly in the bright light of the window, as though he has, nothing to hide, all is bare. But then his eyes kind of betray him, but not really. We chatted up a little bit. Yeah, that's something that no longer matters. Well, it does, but whatever. I will protect Mytho no matter what the outcome. And she takes her tentative step forward into the light across the threshold. Let's work together. Lol, no. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, and then we've got this stuff. Right, if you regain any more of your heart, you'll surely grow distant, for I am a crow, your enemy, which is to say that she has taken that in and accepted that as her role. Bit of an issue. But now... Hi, Adel. Gifts. Gems. Love gift. Hello. And then a warning about it. Love is a dangerous thing and a fragile thing. Strong but easily scarred, beautiful but easily tarnished. And if it is fought over, it may sometimes lead to death. All things that are true about love as an element of stories, given that we know that Adel's gems are all narrative, like, beats, right? They're all narrative beats. That was told to us the first time. She was like, author's convenience. Yeah. You're gonna give that to me. Haha. Well, actually. And boom, jealousy strikes. Just let me borrow it and work some weird voodoo magic. Oh shit, weird voodoo magic. Oh no. I think that the weird voodoo magic scene is fucking awesome. I love the purple. I love the lighting. I love the framing. I love it all. This is like, I don't know. I don't know if this is intentionally, like, sexually suggestive. The point at which the feather meets the crow mouth thing is, like, precisely the point where if you were to draw her legs where I think they would meet, I feel like there's something to that. I don't really want to dive deeper into any suggestive symbolism there. I'm just kind of curious about why it's framed that way. I don't really have any theories. It's just, it seems intentional, and I don't know. Thoughts? Let me know. Let me know if you have thoughts. I don't really know. And she's clearly very distraught over this whole situation. Not a happy lady at the moment. But I won't let anyone else have you. Possession, right? Okay. Yet another necessary component of the tale has been added. I love hating this from Drosselmeyer quite a bit. This whole sequence. Oh, yes, a necessary component of the tale. Something that, as far as we can tell, Drosselmeyer did not cause, right? Unless he had control over that cat lady who gifted it to Adel, it seemed to be all Adel caused. We can't know for certain, but it seems like Drosselmeyer is just taking credit for an emergent event in his story. Like, this just occurred within his story, and he's like, ah, yes, we needed that piece of the plot. But we really didn't. So, curious about that. Yeah, Fakir by himself, thinking about Fakir, feeling feels about Fakir. Okie dokie. There's some stuff to that. It's leading in directions. Alright, so we delivered the gem of bad juju, and Mytho's just like, yeah, that's perfect. Love the gem of bad juju. That'll be great. We will both wander town for a while crows watch, run into Adel. Yippee-dippy-doo. He's looking for a person to give his gift to. Yippee-dippy-doodle. Yeah, it's Rue. Uh-huh, sure. Uh-huh. And Adel just lets her talk everything out before click, being all weird. I love that we run past, like, the restaurant and it's all bustling and our previous activities have been good. That's pretty neat. And then we make our way to the ruins that we saw in the opening scene. Mytho does some dancity doodling. We pull the full Peter Parker Spider-Man thing and transformation, and Dross tells us that that's a very dangerous thing. And then we get to this sequence, which is very, very dramatic and clear. Over the course of the episode, over and over, Ahiru is like, oh, but he could never love me. But at the same time, he's like, I really want to know what you feel about me. That is all I really want to know. That's all I really want to know. That's all I really care about. Also, it's cool if you don't tell me. So, because, you know, you're happy and that's all I really care about. And that's super sweet. Heart Shard, which was in the gem and is love and is I don't really know. That's okay. It was so dark. Terrifying crows. That looks very different from the way it has looked before. This is very bad. Get really bondagey on the tentacles here with the boob wrapping. I don't really know how to feel about that. But regardless, it fits the story of La Sylphide. It binds her wings. Is this saying that her boobs are her wings? That boobs give freedom? I mean, I believe it. That's not wrong. It's not entirely wrong. I don't think they'll help you fly, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, the feeling of love. I'd intended to get rid of Princess Choo-Choo with it. implying, I mean, she knows that Chuchu, if she confesses love, dies, right? So maybe she meant that to happen. But instead, his feelings toward Ahiru, toward Chuchu, bind her? But how? I don't quite understand the mechanics of it, but regardless, now Rue knows her identity, and Fakir tries to do some stuff, and boom. Are you sure about this? Are you sure? Are you sure? However, the princess is also just a duck, and the prince is just a story. Ah. It's a dangerous place when you aren't aware of your place in the world. He says, as he's the one who steals their identities from them, right? Like, his machinations have stolen Rue from Rue and stolen Ahiru from Ahiru, forcing her into this role and forcing her into this role, and... fuck your hypocrisy, Drosselmeyer. Fuck your hypocrisy. Oh, it's so dangerous to not know who you are, person whose identity I stole and prevented from knowing your place. Fuck you, Drosselmeyer. Okay, so, have the strike, have the open shot at Rue Crera. Nope, trauma, pre-traumatic stress disorder, let's call it that, I guess. And then Drosselmeyer on his little fucking swing set of TikTok bullshit. Fuck off. And then he goes through all of the roles. If you're the knight, you have to conquer your fears and defeat the villain, because that's how archetypal characters work, you idiot. If you're the villain, you have to do this without mercy, because that's how archetypal characters work. Be these thin, flat characters for me to make my narrative compelling. Wait a second. Drosselmeyer, complicated characters who we can engage with and empathize with are what makes a narrative compelling. Not characters that follow their predetermined roles. What are you talking about? Oh, right, you suck at this. You suck really bad at this, you fucking asshole. Gah! Alright, so I'll take by force. Becoming the Wicked Witch, but also just, like, super possessive. The way that she's just sort of like, be gone, fool, to Fakir, and he just sort of collapses under a tangle of burbs is pretty great. It shows us how comparatively weak Fakir is at the moment, and makes me want to root for him to get stronger. So that's pretty cool. She says that the bindings have to do with how strongly he feels, which is interesting. And then she kisses him, and this is very Utena, except also kind of Symphogear with the sporkles and stuff. I don't really know. And she yanks the heart shard of love back out from his heart, causing his eyes to go blank. And assuming that this works the way that I'm thinking it will, means that she literally possesses the like center point of his affections, right? So maybe he will quote unquote love her. The enemy now knows your identity, and you've even lost the prince. Shit, everything's fucked. Perfect. Good. Excellent. Everything's gone to shit. I love it. I'm so happy about that. We don't know where Rue is. We don't know where Mytho is. The only option that we have at this point is for Fakir and Tutu to, like, talk and work together. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes. Yes. Okay. Whoop, I just lost my mouse. Ugh. Okay, I got my mouse back. Okay, last thing, staff. I thought this episode was really cool and had some cool framing and stuff in it. Action animation wasn't super standout to me. General direction and flow was really solid in this episode, moved really quickly. I would simply expect relatively experienced people to have worked on this episode. I don't have any expectations beyond that. Let's find if I'm anywhere close or if it's more interesting than I thought or what. Okay, storyboard was Shogo Kawamoto from 2 and 4, and direction was Yasushi Muroya, who also did 7. And unit director on Gleipnir, some episodes of Haikyuu. Nothing that super stands out. Episode direction on a couple of different episodes of Symphogear. That's cool. And various other episode direction that doesn't really stand out to me. Okay, cool. So nothing super standout, amazing, bonkers on the staff list sort of situation, which is about what I'd expect. Just some reasonable peeps who do reasonable work. I think this was an entirely unreasonable episode plot-wise, though, and I love it. Fascinating. I like this episode a lot. I like the La Sylphide connection, and I like finding out that there's a lot more to the introductory narrative than we were told, because it just casts a shadow over the rest of the story. It's like, well, how much do we really understand? Which, obviously not all of it. Cool. I hate Drosselmeyer with a burning passion, and also love his doddering incompetence. It's perfect, and we'll see how it builds or, destroys itself as we move along. We'll have to see what happens next time. I'm expecting Fakir and Choo-Choo to have to work together without any other options. So, perfect. I'm going to wrap me Teeaboo, this Choo-Choo, episode 11. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I very much hope to catch you next week for episode 12, which should be a really interesting one, given that everything just exploded and now we got to pick up the pieces. Sounds good. I'll see you there. Peace.